this is the crux of the mental of the mental of the mental training. It's a vision and being at the same energy as your vision. Because if you are in the energy, the same energy as the person who's waving his shirt around his head and screaming with the fans, that's a different energy, dude. That's a different energy. But you can't wait for that moment to have that energy. You've got to have that energy now to put yourself on the track that's going to allow you to achieve that. Dude, you've got to live with that goal scoring, shirt waving, fans, passion, psychoness. You've got to live with that positivity and that optimism in the mornings and in the afternoons and in the evenings. And when you're talking to your coach and when you're talking to your teammates. Now, it's hard to do that a flip of the switch. It's hard. I get it. Especially if you've got old habits like watching TV late at night that are preventing you from doing that more often. But it's a process. It's a process. It's a process. And sure enough, you get to a point where like, damn, life is good. I'm feeling good. This is happening. That is happening. Positivity, optimism. Now you're seeing opportunities. I could try this. I could try that. You're seeing the upside of everything. I beg you to first and foremost focus on locking in for 3 weeks on your vision and testing what it's like to try and live every day with the same energy as the shirt waving, goal scoring Colombian national team player. And it's an effort. It's not easy. It's not easy to do it. But that's the ultimate test. That's the ultimate test. That's the test that if you pass, says you're ready for this journey. Because it's going to take that effort of being that person each day to become that person one day. I've been doing MSM forever, and like this is what we're talking about right here is what separates the great players from the good players. It's the number one thing that separates the great players from the good players, and it's so difficult, but at the same time, it's so easy. You've got to just dream it and live it first thing in the morning, and then all the actions that you have for the rest of the day are aligned with that thread and that taste and that essence and that aura from that first thing you did in the morning, right? Obviously, you're not going in the grocery store like, woo, like, picking out your produce or buying chicken, like, yeah, you're not doing it that way, but by tapping into it mentally, feeling it, knowing what mission you're on, right? It just helps shift the decisions and the behaviors and the things that you're doing each day to align you with that ultimate goal. And what happens is it takes a lot of effort in the beginning. It takes this effort, and it's difficult and it's clumsy and it's clunky. But it starts to get smoother, it starts to get easier, it starts to get faster, you start to see quicker feedback, and it compounds. A week of it, I didn't notice that much. I felt a little better, but I didn't notice that much. Second week, yeah, it definitely felt better again. And guess what? Some good things are happening. Third week, dude, great things are happening. Fourth week, this is unbelievable. My life's changing. Like these things are popping up. I don't even know how they're popping up. Fifth week, it compounds, it compounds, it compounds, it compounds. This is how people like Marcos were able to sign pro contracts. This is how people like Alex Workman went from broken ankle from Barca's residency program to training with professional clubs, getting professional experience, ending up signing with Real Colorado, goes to MLS Next Fest, and becomes the runner-up. And I'm watching him on freaking Apple TV. This is how Molly Finn moved to Seattle and is now a top player on our GA team and is being considered to move upstream and play professionally. Dude, this is what separates. This is why you're in School of Champions. It's a different way of thinking. And it is, you have to go against the grain. You have to go against the grain. And if you don't fight for this, if you don't fight for this each day, you're going to get swallowed by the lower energy environment of people and players, you know, and negativity. You'll get swallowed by that. That's why people say, like, look, it's not about this or that. It's about the 5 people you spend the most time with. Why? Because success is about the 5 people you spend the most time with. Why? Because you're going to rise above to that level. That environment, you feed off of that. And I've seen so many players, I'm not going to lie, I've seen so many players that are in really crappy environments. It might be their team, might be their coaches, might be their family, whatever it is. But that negativity, it sucks them in. And they become complainers. They start to see the negative in everything. It's like, this is the name of the game. This is the name of the game. Luca Vega, who started the same time you started with, like, started School of Champions the same time you started. And this is not a comparison. This is to illuminate what drives success. This kid is so positive. He's aggressively optimistic. Like any little tidbit of challenge comes up, boom, how am I going to figure this out? How am I going to overcome this? Like, this is fine. I've got this. Like, self-belief, positivity, optimism. So it's an energy thing. And what we're trying to teach we can look at the last 90 days and go, could we have done things better? The answer is yes. No matter if you're in the position you are right now or if you're getting all these opportunities, no matter what you've done in the last 90 days, could have been better. If you locked in completely over these last 90 days, could it have been better? Yes. We've got tactical training to do. We've got physicality we've got to do. We've got new things to grow and develop. We could have been better with the nutrition. We could have been better in our relationships. We could have been better with the sleep. Like, it could have always been better. And you're at a position right now today where this is an opportunity for you to renew, to commit, and to grow. The future version of you is relying on you to tap into this. The future version of you is relying on you to pursue this and to commit to this.